Yesterday's class we studied about sectors of the Indian economy, primary, secondary and tertiary. Now, how these sectors are interconnected or interrelated. How the primary helps the secondary and tertiary. How the secondary helps the primary and tertiary. How the tertiary helps the primary and secondary. What the primary gives? Primary gives the raw materials to secondary. Cotton goes to secondary, and in secondary it is making us clothes. Then sugarcane, from primary it goes to secondary and there it makes the sugar. So primary gives raw materials to secondary. Primary gives food items to tertiary. Tertiary sector is in need of food, so which goes from primary to tertiary. Now what the secondary gives to primary and tertiary? Secondary gives finished products to primary and tertiary. Secondary sector gives the chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, various types of irrigation methods and all to the primary. So these are the finished products which goes from secondary to primary. Now secondary to tertiary, again the finished products like smart board systems, what we are using, mobile phone in our studies. These type of things are going from secondary to tertiary. Now what the tertiary gives to primary and secondary? Tertiary gives the research knowledge and the transport and communication methods to the primary. Various scientific studies are going from tertiary to primary. The farmers, they are in need of the scientific study about the soil, about the usage of the grain, the seeds. The fishermen, they are in need of about the weather forecasting. These type of things are going from tertiary to primary. Almost the same research studies are going from tertiary to secondary also. About the machinery, about the technology, the research studies about this are going from tertiary to secondary, together with that the transport and communication methods, devices, the banking systems. These are used by the secondary from the tertiary. So in all these ways, primary, secondary and tertiary sectors are interconnected or interrelated. Now we'll go to a topic, GDP or gross domestic product. What is GDP? What the definition of GDP says to us? The value of final goods and services produced in all the three sectors in a particular year. It is called as GDP or gross domestic product. Final value of goods and services. Not only goods, services are also added from all the three sectors, primary, secondary and the tertiary. Its sum total in a particular year is called as GDP. Whenever we count the GDP, we take the things from within the country, not from outside the country. So this is what is the definition of GDP or gross domestic product. In that definition, you might have noticed the final value of goods and services. What is it says? Final value. See the case of this cooler. This cooler's value is around 8,000 rupees. Final value. If the GDP count, we have to take only the final value of this cooler, 8,000 rupees. We have to enter in that. If you are going to the intermediate things, without knowing this thing is going to make a cooler, if you are going to the intermediate things, there are various things in this cooler you can see. I am going to open this one. This grass part, then this net, this iron body. See the things inside, this fan, this pipes, motor, cables, various things are used in this cooler. If you are counting each and every material's value, the value of this grass, value of this iron piece, value of this pipes, this motor, this fan, and if you are counting all separately and the value of the cooler also, this will go to a double count. To avoid the double counting, in the definition of GDP it is written the final value of goods and services. That is very important. Otherwise there will be lot of mismanagement in the counting of GDP. We are making various things, iron ore, which goes into different materials. So if you are counting the value of all these materials, it will go to big counting, big mistakes. For that, to avoid this thing, we are calculating only the final value of goods and services. In the case of this cooler, we have to take only the final value of this cooler. In the case of biscuit, we have to take only the value of the final biscuit, that what we are eating. So this is the definition of GDP says to us. So we are winding the class today. Okay, thank you.